So
what's the most popular? What is the word Chotsky? Is that what the giveaways?
swag,
Booths,
swag.
swag.
Swag,
What?
yeah.
How is what's the most popular swag? I would imagine for a while it seemed like any. I didn't go to many things, but I mean it was like guaranteed to get hand sanitizer, uh, a mask or something. So what's the most popular thing that you're sourcing right now?
Those are still big. Amazingly, pencils and I mean pens and stylus pens are still the number one industry wide. People still do those, especially ones with stylus now, so they don't have to touch anything. For a while, it was these things that look like a funny key with only in that you use to open doors with. But since the CDC said no, the vaccine doesn't transfer that way. Really, it's airborne. You know, people are still doing masks. A lot of people just are not doing swag so much anymore, and the ones that are doing it smart and spending more money. So, for instance, one of the things that we never really got involved in, but over the last year, we did get involved in it because we started talking about how our company works remotely, and other companies. We discovered that there's a lot of management in companies that don't know how to manage remote workers. So we've always talked with people about that, and also a lot of remote workers don't know how to work from home remotely. So there's a lot of gadgets for doing those kind of things that cost more. Like it might be a webcam that costs $30. We give those, but we've also changed to recognition because if you've got a bunch of employees that are out working remotely and have never done it, they lose this great feeling of your boss coming by and slapping you on the back and saying, "Hey, thanks for the good job," or "Thanks for doing that," or a coworker going by and saying, "Hey, I heard you did so and so." So we've gotten into the recognition business a little bit also.
So is that kind of the biggest pivot that you would say, like that you guys have done over the last 2 years? What's the You're still selling things, it's just who you're selling to and what they are buying is different. I mean, I would assume that changes frequently anyway, from an industry perspective.
Well, we started out as a consulting firm, basically as a business consulting firm, and that worked its way into promotional products. That worked its way into trade shows, and then we had the first pivot, which was selling more promotional items and face coverings, masks, and hand sanitizers, and all that kind of stuff, PPE. So we did that, and then this last big call we had with everybody who we hadn't talked with a lot of the people that we all worked together with until this year, 20th anniversary. And we started talking a lot about working remotely and what a great knowledge group we have of people that were working remotely before there was video conferencing. We were doing, just teleconferencing on a phone and things like that. And there are a lot of companies that have reached out to us lately that need some consulting help.
That was one of the things that we did talk about last time as well was, hey, how do you outfit your a personal office? So are companies now purchasing like kits, for lack of better terms, that, hey, you get a chair, you get a camera, you get a microphone, is that kind of thing happening, or is that the direction you see it going?
Yeah, there are a lot of companies that are working through human resources that in big companies, that if you're going to be a remote worker, they send somebody out and they give you a laptop or whatever. They look at your workspace, figure out what you need to make it comfortable, make it ergonomic, make sure you got a good microphone, all of those things. But what they're not doing is they're not helping people on an emotional side of how do you manage yourself working remotely? Because now all of a sudden you could work yourself to death and work 18 hours a day and sit in front of your computer and think that, oh my God, what happens if my boss asks me what I'm doing? I'm going to get fired if I'm not in front of my computer. So there's nobody teaching time management. There's nobody on both sides of the equation, the management structure and the employee structure. What do you do? How do you gauge your time? How do you build a calendar? How do you do that? And firms, yesterday I sat in on a webinar. It was kind of misrepresented. It was about cold calling. And I thought, boy, that's interesting. I haven't heard anybody do a cold calling webinar in a while. And I was expecting it to be, hi, I'm Mike from MediaGroup. You don't know me at all. And, I'd like to learn about your business or whatever. And no, it was about using a calendar program, which I won't mention because they're not paying us. They're paying you guys. But a big calendar program that's used by a lot of companies. I use it myself. And how you integrate that. But their idea of cold calling was, let's put a link in your emails. Let's put a link in your social media broadcast, in your newsletters and all that, to set up an appointment with you. So you could then talk. So they're not cold calling. They're emailing and hoping somebody's going to go, oh, I'll click that and schedule an appointment. So to me, it's a different thing. But like you said, Tim, I'm kind of an old school guy.
New age, the new age cold call.
New age cold call. I need to talk to you.
I've been directly involved within our entrepreneurial community for years. And the most common question I get is, Tim, I want to get involved, but I don't know what events I should attend. Well, Startwheel eliminates that pain point because we consolidate all the events you should attend into a single calendar. Now you'll be in the know and see where to spend your time. Gone is the need to search multiple websites and calendars. Just head to startwheel.org and see for yourself. That's startwheel.org.